It was the morning of August 6, 1945. Hiroshima was an ordinary Japanese city, with millions of citizens beginning their daily routines. No one had any idea that high above the Pacific, an American B-29 bomber named the Enola Gay was carrying a weapon in its belly that was destined to change the course of human civilization forever. The weapon's codename was Little Boy. The United States executed this mission after years of secret labor under the Manhattan Project. The scientists and crew on board knew they were about to unleash an unprecedented force, yet they too were entirely unaware of its true human cost. At 8:15 a.m., Little Boy detonated over Hiroshima. This was no ordinary explosion. It was the fission of an entire civilization. Following the blast, the first thing recorded was an unimaginable heat wave millions of degrees Celsius. This wave instantly vaporized everything at the center of the city, leaving human shadows etched onto the streets and walls where people had stood just a second before. This was the first, most horrifying element of the uncut footage, the dark silhouettes that marked the instantaneous disappearance of a human life. This was followed by a terrifying shockwave that toppled buildings like a house of cards. Over 90% of the city's structures were completely destroyed. Those who did not die instantly were trapped in a horrifying inferno. There was dust, debris, and screaming everywhere. Black rain containing radioactive particles fell from the sky, slowly killing the survivors from within. Immediately following the devastation, two distinct teams arrived to record the catastrophe, though their intentions differed. First came the Japanese government and newsreel cameramen who risked their lives to shoot black and white footage. They captured the wounded, the burning debris, and the desperation of the medical staff. Their purpose was to document the horror of the war's end. The second team, an American military film unit, arrived a few weeks later. Their mission was strictly technical, to conduct a scientific study of the bomb's effects. They filmed the scene of destruction, the damage at varying distances from the hypocenter, and the burns and injuries of the survivors in color footage. These records were subsequently classified as top secret by the U.S. government. With the onset of the Cold War, the U.S. government decided that the footage from Hiroshima and Nagasaki had to be completely hidden from the world. The rationale was that making these terrifying scenes public would ignite global public opinion against nuclear weapons and jeopardize America's nuclear superiority. Consequently, the U.S. military not only locked away their own color footage, but also confiscated the original footage filmed by the Japanese cameramen, sealing them in the dark vaults of American archives. For decades, the world only saw images sanctioned by the government, blurry, distant photos that concealed the full cruelty of the destruction. The real, declassified, uncensored footage, which included agonizing scenes of radiation victims, remained suppressed for over 30 years. In the 1970s, due to pressure from historians, filmmakers, and peace activists, the movement to release the footage gained momentum. The U.S. government gradually began the declassification process. When these films first surfaced, the world was stunned. They did not just show rubble, they showed living people who had lost their skin, their hair, and their limbs. The footage revealed the chilling effects of radiation. People who looked healthy immediately after the blast were slowly dying from mysterious illnesses. Leukemia and cancer. These uncensored footage exposed the full human cost of atomic warfare, fundamentally altering the political use of the bomb forever. This film was not merely history, it was evidence of a crime against humanity in the atomic age. Today, this declassified footage from Hiroshima stands as an invaluable, yet terrifying historical record. It teaches us the danger of suppressing the true horrors of war. The films are permanently displayed at the Hiroshima Peace Memorial so that future generations never forget the destructive consequences of nuclear weapons. The experience of viewing this footage is uncomfortable and deeply disturbing, yet it remains essential. It is the final testimony from millions of victims whose voices were silenced for years. This hidden truth of the atomic apocalypse continues to call upon us to unite against war and destruction.